Welcome to this Mojaloop installation prerequisites guide. This guide is the starting point for anyone that wants to deploy a non-production grade Mojaloop installation on their local machines to learn more about Mojaloop or set up a functioning dev environment. I will be taking you through the prerequisites and the deployment recommendations. This video is based on the Mojaloop deployment guide, which I'll be referencing throughout this video. You can access the guide from the official Mojaloop website by selecting the technical docs link found under the technology drop-down menu. The Mojaloop technical documentation website is where you can find detailed information such as Mojaloop's architecture or even how to contribute. In this video, we are specifically interested in the deployment guide, which is the fourth item on the left menu bar. Before continuing, I'd like to iterate that there is no restriction on how one can deploy Mojaloop, as you have full access to the codebase, which is fully open source, free and available on GitHub, and pre-built Dockerized containers via Docker Hub. The Mojaloop Foundation and community have chosen Kubernetes as its preferred deployment and runtime environment, which is reflected in this guide. So what is Kubernetes? Kubernetes is an open source container orchestration system for automating computer application deployment, scaling, and management with self-healing capabilities. I highly recommend that you familiarize yourself with the basics of Kubernetes as listed in section 3 of the deployment guide. We will be using Helm to facilitate our deployments to Kubernetes. Helm is an application package manager running on top of Kubernetes, which provides a configuration-based packaging and deployment approach. Helm manages these deployments through a chart, which is a unit of deployment, analogous to Deb's RPM packages within the Linux ecosystem. Each chart may have prerequisite dependencies on one or more charts required for its successful deployment. Each chart may also contain pre-packaged tests that can be used for verification of the deployment. We will use this capability to verify our Mojaloop deployment post-installation. Before installing Kubernetes, select a supported version that matches your desired Mojaloop Helm chart release. For example, for the latest Mojaloop Helm release, version 13 has been verified on Kubernetes versions 1.13 to 1.20. It is also recommended to install the latest versions when possible. Let's jump to deployment recommendations in section 2. For local deployments, a machine with at least 16 gigs of RAM and a CPU with minimum of 4 available cores is recommended. For more robust deployments, take note of the topology diagram. This shows at a high level how you should split your Kubernetes cluster into 3 distinctive roles: control, which is your master nodes, config, which is your etcd nodes, and workers, where you run your application. You will also find some links to find out more information on recommended resource requirements for Kubernetes and etcd within the section. Moving back to the left menu bar. On the left submenu, we also have links for specific OS prerequisites covering Linux, macOS, and Windows. Below that, we have a troubleshooting guide containing known issues and answers to common issues. If you have any questions or need help, please join our Mojaloop community on Slack. You can invite yourself to Slack on the Mojaloop IO website via the community tab, followed by clicking the Join Mojaloop on Slack button.